What's up, guys? Thermador owner and gluten-sensitive man, Allan Chappelear here, and today's the day, Thermador Throwdown Pizza Edition. We're gonna cook 2 pizzas, same exact toppings, one in the regular oven, one in the steam oven. Yeah, steam pizza, that's right, you heard it. Sounds weird, but I tell you, it's delicious. Never used your steam oven? Well, this is a crash course, so you're gonna get to know it intimately. Saxophone solo. 2 pizzas, 2 cooking methods, 1 predictable case of 2 a.m. heartburn. Let's get ready to pizza! Can you put echo on that so it sounds cool?
No.
We're making wild ramp pesto pizza. We got ramps, which are a very special local wild leek that grows on the East Coast for a very small amount of time. And that time happens to be right now. So we're making ramp pesto. And to make this even more fun, we're making our dough from scratch. And I'm not much of a baker, so this should be a cool adventure and failure. Dough is flour, water, olive oil, salt, sugar, and yeast. And yeast is what makes it a living, breathing thing. It requires time, nurturing, you gotta complement it, gotta really just nurse it to life. Now, yeast needs to be activated through a process we call proofing to wake it up from its slumber. Your grandma might have proofed on the windowsill in a basket, but we actually have a proof mode on our steam oven. So let's use that. This is your steam oven, and it cooks with the power of, you guessed it, energy crystals from the future. The way it works is you fill this up with water, put it in this little slot right here. Your oven heats that up, turns it into steam, and that's how it cooks your food. Now it has 9 cooking modes, and some of them don't even use steam, so it can double as a second regular oven if you need it to. Regular steam mode is essentially a steam bake. Steam Convection uses the fan in the back to circulate the heat evenly. Steam Program has presets, kind of like your microwave has a popcorn setting. There's also a 30-minute self-cleaning cycle that is very, very useful. The last one I want to show you is proof mode, which we're going to use right now. All right, it's dough time. It's very important to follow the ratios in the recipe. Yeast likes what it likes. It's very temperamental, but if you treat it good, it'll treat you good. First start with water, all the yeast, salt, and the sugar, get that activated and going. Might sprinkle in a little flour, give the yeast something else to munch on besides the sugar. All that's incorporated. I'm gonna throw the rest of this flour in there, run it on low for 5 minutes or so. Oh, we're balling. All right, check it out. Dough, the building block of pizza. Should be a little sticky, should be a little bally. We're gonna throw this in the steam oven on proof mode where it should double in size, which is a sign that your dough is happy and healthy. That's gonna proof for 30 minutes, which gives me time to make the pesto. Ramps, walnuts, Parmesan, olive oil, pesto. So I'm gonna throw a pot of water on the induction cooktop to get that boiling so I can blanch these ramp greens. They're a little fibrous, so I wanna break them down a little bit. That'll help you from having a chewy, grassy pesto. So induction cooktop on extra high is the fastest way I've ever seen a pot of water get to boil. Look at that, it's already boiling in just a few seconds. Thank you, magnets. So now I'm just gonna separate the greens from the bulbs. Greens are going in the blanch. Bulbs are gonna be sauteed and caramelized on the stovetop. Look at that, it's already boiling. I barely had time to get those started. It's too fast. Looking good, starting to get a little golden on that. It's gonna be crispy, it's gonna be rampy. Ramps are blanched. I'm gonna fish these out, throw them into ice baths so they stop cooking and lock in that green color. It's gonna make your pesto look very bright and wonderful. All right, those are drained, those are cooled. Now I'm gonna wring out the water. You don't want a bunch of water in your pesto because then it'll taste like water. You get that audio? Sounds good. Now we're gonna toast up these walnuts in a pan. It's a small thing that you can do that adds a big depth of flavor into your pesto. The key to toasting in a pan is at the first sign of a lightly toasted scent, you take them off, because they will quickly burn right after that. Now we just throw everything into the food processor, hit it with a little bit of olive oil, and presto! Pesto! Just pesto-y. I like it. Now the fun part. Look at that beautiful beast. It's much bigger than we last saw it. This dough's pretty sticky, which is a good thing. I like the way it feels. The elasticity's pretty good. I'm no dough expert, but this does seem like a pretty good pizza dough to me. So I'm gonna stretch these by hand. That's how you get that authentic New York style pizza. It's also the most fun, gives you something to do. Just pinch and pull, just pinch and pull. This is my method that I've just made up. Very stretchy. They say you wanna be able to see some light through it. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Could be lying. Gonna apply this pesto as the sauce. Next, I got these caramelized ramps, and I'm just gonna throw those on top. Best for last ingredient, mozzarella. I'm gonna just put these cubes all over the pizza, and it'll melt down, spread out over the top, be very delicious. If we're lucky, this might even taste like pizza. This pizza's ready, going in the steam oven at 450 for about 12 minutes. Let the games begin. That's a hot steam oven. Next pie, make it as quickly as possible, so this race is even. Voila! Second pizza ready to go in the oven. And we're off. The Thermador Throwdown has begun. 2 pizzas, 2 ovens. So gather around and watch these pizzas bake over the next 12 minutes. Now we wait. Pizza 1 is out. Next up, pizza 2, coming up soon. There she is. There we go. 2 mathematically perfect circles. Last thing before we do the taste test is a little bit of fresh basil, just as a garnish, brighten it up. And now, let's get down to business. The most important part, taste test time. First up, competitor 1, convection oven pizza. Let's see what you got. Ooh, looks like a pizza, feels like a pizza, acting like a pizza, and moment of truth. It's crispy, it's thin. The pesto tastes great. I'm just gonna pat myself on the back for that. Nailed that. Let's check out this crust, see what happened here. It tastes great. It's dry, it's crispy, it's airy. It's got that classic Neapolitan style. I declare this a pizza. Next, competitor number 2, the steam oven pizza. Feels crispy, which I did not expect. You don't think crispy when you think steam oven. I thought it was gonna be soft, but we got a good crispy crust, it appears. Let's eat some, see what happens. So this one's much chewier. Dough is a little bit more elastic. So like the edge is crispier, the inside of the dough, not as crispy as the inside of the dough on the convection pizza. This is all crispy. It's interesting, I can even see myself that the air bubbles are bigger in the convection pizza than they are in the steam oven pizza, which would explain why that stayed chewy and dense, and this one became crispy and thin. Now the hard part, I have to pick a winner. Drum roll, please. Convection oven pizza. Me personally, I'm a crispy boy. I like a Neapolitan style New York slice thin crust pizza. I feel like the convection oven got closer to that. That said, this pizza's awesome. I'm still gonna be eating that. I'm gonna be doing 2-handers. 1 bite of this, 1 bite of that. I feel like if you want a crispy Neapolitan style pizza crust, you wanna do that in the convection oven, as hot as you can get it. If you want a chewy, kind of thicker, Sicilian style crust, you're gonna do that in the steam oven. If I do this again, I'm probably gonna do it on a thicker dough, load it up with a bunch of toppings, and maybe even cook it for a little longer. Really lean into that delicious chewiness. All right, well, I found my winning pizza. Now it's your turn, go find yours. Make 2 pizzas, cook 1 in your steam oven, 1 in the regular oven. See which one you like better. Remember, the only winner here is us eating fresh homemade pizzas out of our Thermador oven. Happy cooking and cowabunga.